I might as well just use a specific example, then I can work. I'm trying to figure out just what they paid for the lien, and maybe I'm just new to this. So, is it the lien face value is what they paid for the lien, or is that the? What is that?
1 second, let me just get this open.
Oh, okay, you still.
Yes. Now, it's going to be base plus their subs plus legal entitlement fees plus rehab expenses. So those are all their. You could look at that as their cost base.
Okay.
So their total principal. Real quick.
It's right there. It's on line N.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that it is in fact.
Hey Tom, this is Jud. I just walked in.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We are excellent.
Yeah, it's 284.
Yeah.
Hi Maddie, how are you?
Hey, good, how you doing?
Great.
Yeah, so the total principal should be that. So it should be N or whatever that is.
Right. So it's 155.
Right. So that's pretty much their cost basis, their accrued interest, and then the redemptive value is.
And that's what they get. They get the full amount of accrued interest.
Well, if it was at 100% of RV, they would. So if you look in column R, if it's 100% of redemptive value that they're asking for it, then yeah, they would get the full amount of accrued interest.
Well, let me just ask if we paid whatever the list price is, then if it goes, the redemptive value is what we would get it for. If we went through with it.
Right. So basically, the play for you guys is this. This is a, what is the year on the pool? 2007. So these are all deed eligible, right? So they're all past the 1 year mark.
Right.
This is all REO. So they own all this property.
Or they're going to, it says.
Right. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, actually, they do own them in Georgia. You're right. They own them. They just got to get the. As long as they don't get redeemed, you're fine.
Exactly. So these are just redeemable deeds. Excuse me.
Okay.
So the two columns that really, I mean, you'll do your deep dive, obviously, but for the purposes of this conversation, the two columns that we need are A, B, and where is yep, there we go. Right, okay. So really what you're looking at is list price over assessed.
GFI list price, Q.
Yep.
Versus the assessed value of the property, right?
Offer price for each of these. Some of them they're listing at a premium because, you know, their cost basis is low in terms of the redemptive value of the lien, but the property is worth more. And some of them are listing at a discount. So basically, they'll go through line by line and justify each of these for you. But if you look at it on an aggregate level, you're looking at, you know, pretty much right around redemptive value if you factor in some of them that are at a discount, some of them that are at a premium, etc.
Let me ask a quick question, Tom. I'm just jumping in on this right now. To buy a tax lien, a tax lien on a couple $100,000 home for 2 years running, it can't be more than $5-6 grand in Georgia. Georgia's real estate taxes are real low.
Sure. The way that Georgia works, though, is that there's liens and deeds. There's barely ever any liens. Buddy Ramsey at Vesta Holdings used to be at Bank Atlantic. He kind of buys up all the tax liens that are down there. Tax liens are very short-term instruments in Georgia. They're not like the tax liens in many other places. It's statutory 12%. The real market in Georgia, which is what these are a byproduct of, is the tax deed. And tax deeds are sold on the court steps. They're called redeemable tax deeds because, as Pat pointed out, after you hold them for a year, really what you're doing is you're bidding up at the courthouse steps how much you're willing to pay for a property, and the starting bid is the back tax.
That's right.
So the starting bid is what everybody pays for the deed, the lien, basically. So you'll bid that, and then you'll bid whatever premium you're comfortable paying, and the court holds that overage, the county treasurer holds that overage. You seize them that lien for a year, and if the delinquent property holder hasn't paid you back within that year, you then have the right to foreclose on the property. Now, sometimes in Georgia, foreclosure can take a little while, depending on the courthouses, but you have the right to foreclose on that property.
Okay.
Now, if you do foreclose on that property, the net effect is you get the property for whatever you paid for the deed on the courthouse steps. If anytime during that process the delinquent property holder pays you off, you receive a state-mandated statutory 20% penalty rate for the first year and 10% for every year thereafter.
That's right.
So if you buy at the courthouse steps a deed on you pay $100,000 for a $300,000 property on the courthouse steps, and the guy comes in and pays you off tomorrow, he owes you $20,000 tomorrow. So annualize that, that's a couple thousand%, whatever it is. If he pays you December 31st, that annualizes at 20%. But what we're saying is you're not worried about that yield right now because all of these are past that year mark.
That's right. That's right.
So these are all real property plays for you.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Since these are real property plays, that means the delinquent homeowner didn't pay the 20% premium to redeem this.
Correct.
Okay. Well, if we use an example, we just picked out one real quick randomly. What number is it? Number 12?
No, it's numbered. The second one down.
Second one down? Well, line 12.
Yeah.
Line 12. And it looks like the price on that they're asking is, they paid, what did they pay?
Well, the principal is $155. Their interest, but they want $80,000 for that particular piece.
So what did they pay for that piece that they're asking $80,000 for?
Paid $155.
Which one are we talking about?
That would be
Certificate number?
certificate number, lien number 5/2007, number 3.
Okay. 9/2007, number 3. Okay. So you're looking at.
I guess that would be. You want the last 4 digits?
$25,000 lien face value.
How much? 144. Oh, there's 2 of them at that same number, so you have to go by the state parcel ID number. It's the second one down, and ends in B208.
Oh, okay. All right. So the second one down, 131-078 B028. Okay.
Yes.
So tax year 2005-2006, Clayton County, $144,000 face value. That's the one.
Yep.
Okay.
So they paid 144 as the lien value, face value.
$1,000 in face. They paid 11,000 in subs, 150,000 or $150 in legal fees. It looks like they haven't incurred rehab expenses. According to this, the total principal they put into it's 155. They've accrued interest on the liens of 46, which would put the redemptive value if they were to pay off today at 202. They're listing it at 80. So they're listing that particular one as a discount.
Right, right. Now, we know that property's only worth about $60,000, $70,000.
Retail.
Okay.
Retail.
So-
Retail. So there's no spread in there for us, obviously. Unless they drop that to 30 or grand or something.
Right, right. Now, that being said, what's that?
So I mean, these are their starting prices too. I mean, you can definitely make these.
Well, that's what we want to talk to you about. That's what we're asking. And then, now let me ask you this, just for our own knowledge: are they upside down in this thing then? If they paid $144,000 for that lien?
That particular one, I don't know case by case on this, so I can't speak. But from the numbers I'm looking at here, it looks like they would be. Yeah.
Okay, okay, so they're good.
Well, that's assuming they pay full face value for the lien.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, is that an assumption, or that's not accurate?
That would be an assumption. I don't know if that assumption is correct.
They can buy that at a discount, that lien somehow.
How do they buy a discount?
Well, I don't know. That's
We don't know the
the
model.
note. They could buy the note at a discount or lien at a discount.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's what.
So basically, we need to go through comp every single one, then compare it against the actual total of the price listing that you gave us, right? The $3 million.
Yeah, just look at column Q, the list price, and then see what